Welcome back to the workshop. Recently I did some shopping, some woodworking shopping, which I don't do as much as I used to, but it does happen. I went and bought some riffler rafts. I had already put a video out about that. And also a piece of wood. I don't buy wood a lot. I have so much scraps that I usually use that, or I'm gifted wood or whatever, but I thought I'd just go out and look at the wood that they had. This was at a Woodcraft. I know a lot of people don't like Woodcraft, but that's what I have here in Knoxville. And so I thought I'd try this piece of wood. It's a piece of Peruvian walnut. And I'm not familiar with Peruvian walnut. I had to look up some stuff about it. I mean, I assumed it would be like walnut, like American walnut, black walnut, those type of walnuts that we use here. But, you know, it is a walnut. It is not always from Peru. Specifically, it's more of a South American walnut. But and the pieces were, you know, some of the pieces had knots, had a lot of knots in it, or surface issues. This one piece I got was a lot better. So we'll take a closer look at that now. So here's the piece. It's about, what do I think, 36 inches long. So that's standard. I think this is a 4-inch by 30, so 4 inches by 3 foot board. It's a 3/4 inch width. So it's a fair size. As far as markings and whatnot, we got a little knot or something specked down there. We got some blemishes here and here. Flip side, of course, we got where the sticker is. That's the one thing that I know woodworkers hate, is stickers on wood. At the end, usually a cabinet scraper will get that off pretty well. There's other things you could do as well. I got a couple blemishes over here, but overall, probably this would be my face. And I don't know. It's because I haven't decided what to do with it yet. So anyway, that's the piece. You can see the pattern of the wood grain. It's very attractive. I don't know if this is one of those woods that changes color over time, like Purple Heart. My Purple Heart came looking purple when I started it, and now it looks like a dark mahogany. And so I've learned my lesson. That stuff was so hard to work with, I will never use Purple Heart again. At least that's what I say now. Who knows? Maybe I'll use it again. You never know. I have used walnut in furniture conservation for making pieces and working with replacements for chairs, tables, that sort of thing. But I've never used it in my woodworking. Now, way back, you might remember this set of drawers. I did a video on a set of drawers I made years ago. It's part of the Dutch chest storage system. And so I had the door with this tree on it, and then 6 drawers featuring the leaves of wood that I work on here in the shop. Well, of course, you can recognize quite quickly oak, pine, maple. But then the additional ones were cherry, poplar, and walnut. Now, I worked with all 4 of these, and you've seen videos with that kind of wood being used. But these 2, I've actually not worked with in my woodworking, ritual woodworking. I've worked with both of them in furniture conservation, but never in woodworking. So the walnut, of course, is what we're talking about today. Cherry I'll have to get to at some point. I looked at the cherry at the store, but as you probably know, cherry's a little expensive right now. So, and probably won't go down in price anytime soon. Maybe I can be gifted some at some point. Sometimes that happens. So cherry is still out there. I'll still work on it at some point, but right now, walnut is what we're going to work on at some point soon. So what are my plans for this thing? I'm not really quite sure. I could make it into a box, a puzzle box. I could make it into a box that's not a puzzle box. I have a lot of different options. You know, I've got that oak that I'm going to make into puzzle box 9. I've got pine, the hidden dovetails that I'm going to make into puzzle cabinet 4, the desk. And then I have the set of play school blocks that I had as a kid years ago. That's going to be a puzzle project of some sort. And so I might try something different with this. Could do a shelf. Could do like a decorative shelf with some curves in it, or some different shapes. Some different ideas. So if you have any ideas of what I could make out of this thing, let me know in the comments. Or if you've worked with Peruvian walnut and have any hints on use of it, let me know. I'm hoping this is not as hard as Purple Heart was, but I do know it's a hardwood, and I have to take that into account. So, yeah, that's my Peruvian walnut. It's a small piece. It's not a lot to work with, but for the woodworking I do here, it's plenty. And so we'll see what I do with it in 2025.